And we are live. Hello, folks.
Hello.
It's certainly good to be back.
Good to have you, Ed.
Yeah, I want to thank David and Jesse for slogging through. I'd say we're going to start with our annual town clerk report, but both town clerks are doing training.
Got left out of the red folder.
I don't know if David has any information. David's been busy all day.
I can tell you that we've probably collected about $350,000 in real estate taxes. I have not heard from Danielle or Renee, so I assume things are going well. And that's probably about it.
Okay.
We do have an absentee ballot box that will be mounted outside. I don't know if it'll be mounted in time for this election, but certainly for future elections. That's it, I guess.
All right. Last week's agenda was approved, or minutes, I should say, in this week's agenda. I'm signing our current, we're all signing, in fact, our current warrant. Major bills this month were the snow plowing contracts that are finishing up, or starting up, finishing up, starting up, finishing up. And starting up for this year, so we'll be, this is the last year of our existing snow plowing contract, and we'll be going out for quotations in the next few months for the following 3 years. Bills to be paid, we approve those. The CEO report. The CEO gave me the first report, which will be in another month or so on the town website, so everyone can see every month what's been going on. 5 or 6 building permits, plumbing permits, the number of hours that each of those permits took, the total hours in September. The CEO figures it's about 88 hours for the town of Parsonsfield. Took about 200 phone calls. The report will show the date, the location, what it was. For instance, I'll just read the first one for September. On the 13th, 8 Jays Lane, a building permit for an 8x10 addition, which did take about 5 hours of the CEO's time because it involves 3 visits. So that type of information will be published every month and summarized once a year at the annual town meeting, so people can get a pretty comprehensive picture of the events that are going on in the town. The sheriff's report, you folks all, that should be posted on the town website.
I believe so.
We received it last week and went over it. Animal control. Is, last week you saw the report on that. That comes out every two weeks.
Yeah, if we can back up, it doesn't look like the September report has been posted for Deputy Seer.
Okay.
And it looks like we don't have an animal control page yet, so.
Okay.
Those will be coming.
Nothing on the appeals board. Comprehensive committee. Next meeting is October 25th at 6 o'clock. Nothing on the Secaucus Road solar update,
Can I mention something?
except that, wait a minute, just a minute, Harp. There was something on solar, David,
I put it on David's desk,
okay, there was something on the solar, David.
maybe, if I didn't,
All I have is Route, well, wait, no, address change, Route 153 and the package, unless it's part of the package.
I've got it here somewhere, David, I'll find it for you tomorrow. It's from, Saco River Corridor Commission on Saltage.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah,
just,
you read it, so,
it's a notification from the solar company to Saco River that they're gonna be doing some work
Okay.
in the area.
Debbie, you can just forward that, you don't need to print
no,
it
it
for
came in the
me.
mail, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
thanks.
If I might mention, like, as a butter, I received a notice of hearing for the solar farm.
That's what it was, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So hopefully that means they're gonna be, starting work on the project. Stanley Building, nothing new. There's, as you heard last week, there's gonna be a hearing November 21st concerning, with the judge and the attorneys. No one else is invited, however, we'll let you know. You can listen to it on Zoom, and we'll get that information out.
Are you sure they can list?
Yeah, they gave us the meeting ID and the password.
We can listen to it.
Well, I think everyone can listen to it.
Okay. Well, all right,
I mean,
okay. It doesn't bother me.
I mean,
That's not the inference that I made from the comment on the agenda.
No,
Okay.
it said it right in the letter.
That anybody was welcome?
No, it
Oh.
was for attorneys only.
Yeah, it says only attorneys.
yeah, for attending the meeting,
Don't know.
I think.
Yeah, I think the meeting is a Zoom meeting.
No, well, I'm trying to think. The last one I listened to, everyone was on Zoom,
Yeah.
but I didn't know there was any confidentiality concerning the people listening to the meeting.
Guess that's up. We won't know until
Yeah,
Deb
yeah,
can
we'll find out about that.
All right, so
That
we
may
have
not be a
until
public
November.
meeting.
Figure that out. We did have a reply from Chalmers Insurance on senior meals. They gave their approval as long as the select board concurred, which I think we do. I don't know, I haven't,
Yeah, the only comment I have is that the email that came back that says, I assume it will be soup or crock pot warmed up with pre-made meals from other locations. I think they're planning on making stuff here, so we
Oh,
need,
see, that's not what I got from Danielle, but
Okay,
I misunderstood her.
well, let's wait until next week
Yeah.
and find out for
Yeah.
sure from Danielle and Jen.
Yeah, but I would, not that I can't, I mean, whatever the insurance company says is obviously what's gonna go, but they're insuring a building with a commercial kitchen in it.
Yeah,
I would assume that they would know
Yeah.
that it could be used.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
You'd
So I
hope
don't know
it's-
why it would change the insurance if they're actually cooking with a crock pot here or
Right.
something, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yep, if
But
it's
it's
town
obvious-
sanctioned, there shouldn't be an issue,
Right,
right,
yeah. So I don't think that would make any difference what they're saying.
yeah,
The person who replied was doing it in place of Robin, so I can just double check with Robin when she's back.
okay, yep. Okay, thanks, Ed.
but it sounds like that's a viable,
Yeah,
feasible,
I mean, it's something
good idea.
Gloria and I had talked about forever and just didn't get the impetus behind it, but now Jen has come forth and said she'll help drive it, and Danielle is familiar with it. They did it in Baldwin, do it in Baldwin. So,
And that's one of the things where our use of the ARPA funds ties in directly to getting that kitchen up to speed and hot water for the building and
Mhm.
fixing silly little things
Mm-hmm,
that haven't been fixed for
Yep.
years.
right.
So it all ties in nicely to get the building looking good and in the condition it should be in to have our residents come in and have a meal. All right, Shakopee Rescue Capital Funds. Now, you guys discussed that last week. Whatever the amount is, it's around 17,000.
Nope, 13,000 something.
Okay, 13,000.
Well, that's what they're giving anyways, I think that's what it is.
All right, well, that's-
Deb's got it in there, it is 13,600 or something.
Okay, whatever. It's, we have the money in the capital
Hiram
reserve.
also is.
Who?
Hiram and Cornish both, I just went through my messages with them, and Hiram and Cornish both have agreed, and the only thing is with Porter, of course, that's nothing to do with us, and I'm sure they'll follow suit because they won't be the only ones left out, but they don't get the same things that we do for some reason. I don't know why.
What do you mean they don't get
The same thing, yeah,
They
okay.
don't get the requests.
Oh,
Like, we were talking about it in the Porter Selectmen, we have a, a group
Yeah.
text, and
yeah.
Porter Selectmen goes, well, we ain't even got anything. And they hadn't got anything last time either. Like when they were requesting ARPA funds, they never came to Porter. So it's a little bit to do with Ron driving such a hard bus, I think. That's something to do with
Yeah.
it. But anyways, Hiram is, that's what the money is for.
Right,
It is a little hard to take because they just asked for ARPA funds and
Right.
whatnot, but this is what the money's for, and there's no doubt they need an ambulance. There's no denying that. Their new one didn't show up.
yep.
If the new one showed up, we'd be paying for that. So we're not paying such a large number. But again, we're gonna have to revisit the amount of money we put into the capital, or whatever it is, the capital reserve for the rest of it.
Reserve.
Well,
Either that or we're
That's
gonna,
in there. I mean, now,
I know the money's in there, but we're gonna have to look at how much we put in per year because we're not gonna keep up with the price of ambulances
well,
going.
okay, in
price of
in
ambulances.
future years, we might have to increase
They've doubled,
the
so.
reserve amount, right.
Yeah,
so
But
we-
that's still our decision, not rescues.
right.
Correct, so, but if either that or, yeah, at the time, we either gotta plan on a special town meeting or we gotta put the money in.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
one
So
or
we
the
can,
other.
and we can figure out what we think's best as far as the
I'm not
keeping
saying we gotta double
the
it, but,
tax rate stable, you know?
right.
All right, along with that is the rescue for the two
Do we
Lucas
wanna vote?
devices.
Do we have to vote on that, Deb? Giving the money
Oh, we,
out of the capital
I
reserve
think that would make sense.
Yeah.
for the rescue?
If we're
Yes.
approving it,
Yeah.
Yes.
So we approve that, whatever the amount was there,
well,
13,720, it says on the note
what-
here.
may I make a motion that we approve $13,720 for rescue for a used rescue purchase?
You certainly may make the motion, it
Okay.
will be seconded, and we probably should vote on it.
Okay,
Give me 2 seconds.
Uh-oh.
I'm with you. They have 750. I don't know if there's a difference or not. Whatever, it's fine.
So, all in favor of the
Yep.
used
Yep.
new ambulance?
Yep.
Okay, it's 3-0, Deb, it's a unanimous vote.
Got it.
All right, now the other thing I guess is still under discussion is the Lucas devices. These are the devices that do CPR
mm-hmm, chest compressions.
in
yeah.
the ambulance as they're traveling to the hospital.
Yep,
I don't know quite, I wasn't here last week, so
We
I'm
didn't
not,
really discuss it much,
no, just looking at the numbers.
but other towns, we had already approved that.
okay,
It was, the only question was, is Deb consulted MMA about it, and MMA had something to say. That was the only reason
right,
why it's still in
it's
here.
I read the MMA's response and I naturally can't find it right now, but if it's within the guidelines, we agree that we approve that,
Right.
that purchase
Right.
within the legal guidelines. So is that something we should vote on also, just to clarify it?
What did you think about MMA's response? 'Cause
I thought it was interesting in that it said, and I'm paraphrasing obviously because I don't have the thing in front of me. Yeah, if it's a non-profit, you can do it, but it should be related to the COVID. But then if it's,
Well, that wasn't it so much as they said that we should purchase the equipment and it should be our equipment and
Well,
they
that's
use it.
kinda-
But that sounds like a can of worms to me.
Right, that doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
And they said but like volunteer municipal fire departments can do it and work it out, and if
Yeah,
they
that-
can do it, we're the
Well,
same type of situation
Well,
with rescue.
except that we don't have a municipal department. That's the difference.
What do we have?
We have a department that serves us. They're incorporated by themselves. Okay? They are not part of the town, nor is the fire department.
Well, that's what, but
That's the issue.
I think
I
that,
guess I would like to get further clarification on that. I want to make sure that when the question is asked, that they understand that rescue is not part of the town.
not part of the town, right,
No, yes. Yeah.
okay.
I mean, if you guys want to approve it, you can.
Well, condition
I'm not
upon-
going to at this point.
It's legal. Condition upon it qualifies, make a motion to approve the purchase based upon the condition that it's legal to qualify for ARPA funds.
Okay, and who's going to make that decision?
Well, we'll have to rely on MMA and,
Right.
But
Well,
we
we'll look
already
at it.
asked MMA and
We'll
that's,
look at it next week then. So why not just put it
okay,
off till next week?
we could do that, or we could get it out of the way now, but,
Well, somebody's going to have to look at it and say, yeah, this is okay.
okay,
And that should be us, I think.
that's true.
Okay.
All right, so you wanna wait till next week and, good thing
Are
these,
they waiting on these funds?
yeah, they
No,
are.
it's gonna be several months before he gets these.
who's approved this already? Someone has, right, Cornish
The
or
other
something?
town, all of us towns jointly approved it.
Okay.
Approved 10,000 per town.
Per machine.
No, we approved 10,000 per town. That buys 2 machines and the warranties.
That buys 2 machines? I thought the machines were like 38 when you added everything together.
2 machines is 38. 1 machine is 17,000. You add the warranty, 3-year warranty plan, service plan, it gets it to just under 20,000. So
For 1 machine.
2 machines, 4 towns.
Yeah.
4 towns give.
Okay, I don't know what happened to it.
4 towns
The
give.
dog ate it.
4 towns give 10,000 each. It comes to 40,000.
Okay.
2 machines. And
I thought 1
warranty
machine
plans
was
is
38,
just-
the one
No.
looked like
No.
38.
No,
No.
that's the machines combined.
Oh, okay. So we'd only need 10 for that in effect.
Correct.
No,
That's
that's
what
good.
we approved jointly as a subgroup
Okay.
of the rescue sub, whatever you want to call it. Us group of selectmen that got together.
Also, we approved the policy on pricing for tax-acquired property. There was some discussion for, I guess, 3 or 4 years. How do we do it? This, that. So we tried to come up with a comprehensive plan that basically says if it's a non-buildable lot, we'll go by the assessed value of the property. If it's a buildable lot, or it's a house on the lot, we'll have a real estate company give us the fair market value for the property. And that's what we'll start at. And after a couple of weeks, if things don't happen or we don't get any quotes, then we'll go from there and make a decision as to whether we accept if we have any bids at all, or we wait and don't do anything. So that was basically what the policy said.
Good.
Road Commissioner Meyer did send us a note, or Meyer didn't send us a note, but contacted New Hampshire concerning Route 153. I don't know if the town would like to continue and have New Hampshire plow the 2 miles of road. I could add at no cost to Parsonsfield. That would
Yeah.
be
You can add it, I guess, if you want.
a nice little thing to add on to that. So we have to contact New Hampshire DOT before next July if we wish to continue having them do the roads. So in that time, we'll get a time frame of certainly how much they want to charge us. They charge the state, I believe, $15,000 to do those 2 miles, 1.8 miles or something, which just seemed a little, is that a little high?
It sounds high to me. Maya said he does not think that's outrageous at all.
That will change yearly because they wait until the end of the season and
Yeah.
they
See
all
how-
costs and they split it, determine it that way. So we're even paying for the building probably where they house the trucks and everything.
So that's still something that's, what's a good one? A thorn.
Yeah.
I mean, in the sense that doesn't cost New Hampshire 1 penny more to keep the plows down, to go 2 miles. They're on the same road, they're going the same direction. It doesn't cost them anything more. So I
But
thought
it's
maybe
our
we
road.
could swap a couple of lobsters and call it even. I mean, I mean, jeez. But anyway, so we'll be working on that, because I still feel uncomfortable giving them money for
Well, it is in our,
nothing.
well, it's our state. I mean,
But, yeah, it's our state, half of it's our state. I mean, the road splits I don't know where the property line is, but,
you want to give them the right of way?
yeah. All right, so, that's it, folks. I think, there's nothing else that we're acting on right now, waiting for a few things, obviously, as you know, from the courts and everything. David, you have any, I know you've been busy collecting money.
Yeah, let's see, we have 2,000 gallons of number 2 fuel oil on order. It'll be here tomorrow or Thursday. And no, I didn't ask the price. They give us a good price. So,
You have a connection.
well, for a little while longer. The box out in the hallway is our outside ballot return box for absentee ballots. We're gonna have to open it up and take a look and see what it needs for mounting, but
I'm sure there must be special mounting instructions
guidelines, I'm
and
sure.
guidelines
Yeah,
with anchor bolts and
yeah,
welded into something, or?
yeah. I mean, I would almost envision it just right outside the door here.
That's what I would think.
Yeah,
Isn't
and
there
it's
enough
undercover
overhang there?
and, yeah.
Does it have to be accessible 24 hours? I mean,
Yeah, that's the whole idea.
it can't be in the vestibule or
No,
something,
no.
okay?
Nope. Nope. I guess that's probably about it from me.
Nothing new on generators or,
I did talk to the generator PowerPoint company today. They're gonna send their excavator out, sometime, or actually they're gonna let their excavator know where we are.
well, that's nice.
And he's gonna come by and take a look at what we need. And sometime, hopefully, he said in the next 2 weeks, they'll be installing the transfer switches, which is when we're gonna have to shut down for an hour or two, so.
Now, they have to put a pad in, correct?
Yeah, the pad is what the excavator is gonna look at. They'll have to dig up the asphalt, put a
Concrete.
base, gravel base down, and then concrete on top of that.
Okay.
I assume it's concrete.
Alrighty,
Oh, the hot water, I finally heard back from Dave Clay, and he's been busy like everybody, and with the holiday Monday, he was even busier, but he is gonna schedule the two things, the indirect heating loop in the boiler, which is what heats the water, and then we're gonna hook up the part that used to be served by the standalone water heater to the main loop, so that we won't have to worry about a water heater leaking in there, which I think is a good idea. We'll have to see how it works out with the boiler running, because the boiler has to run then year
for the
round.
hot water.
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay,
that's it.
outstanding. Jess, you got anything?
I have a question, Deb. Is this year's?
I don't know. I
You
don't
just showed it says
see.
22, 23.
Yep, that's this year.
Is that the one? That's not the new one. Is this brand new? Did this list land on my desk?
No,
No,
Okay,
that's
so that
what
was
we
last year, I don't know,
yeah.
just sitting here.
That's
I
what
just
we're-
saw- Okay.
already 3 months into
Yeah,
paying.
That's the
That's
school?
all. I just got thinking we'd be meeting with them fairly soon, it seems like. And then I saw
A
this.
while.
Huh?
It's a while.
Is it?
You hear any word on your siding people?
No, I haven't heard another word. I messaged him and asked him where he was, and can't even recall now whether I got a response or not. But he initially asked me, and I said before November would be nice. So
Okay.
we got a month to go, 3 weeks to go, so 2.5, something like that.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Realistically, before the snow flies.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, we had talked about a special town meeting, and we're trying to work on the details of it now, concerning some additional funds and some rezoning and a couple other things. And I don't know, when we vote, November 8th?
8, yeah.
Okay, so I was thinking and maybe the special town meeting, we could get it around November 15th, which would give us,
You got a new town clerk who's gonna be doing a lot of cleanup from the election.
that's 7 days. But you think that might be a little, I mean,
Yeah,
I don't have a problem.
I think that might be a little tight for her. I would recommend going out,
22nd, which is the next Tuesday.
as long as that's not Thanksgiving week. And that is Thanksgiving week. Yeah,
I'm open to any,
what things are critical?
well, the ARPA funds, because if we want to do things, we'd like approval to spend the money ahead of time.
Well, yeah, we need that.
I mean, and that involves this building,
Yeah,
you know, and all that, the water heaters and all that good stuff.
okay. Okay,
I mean, most of it isn't time sensitive. I mean, you could do the 29th.
yeah, well, the problem with the 29th is that I believe that's the last day of our discount period.
Well, how about back to the 15th? Isn't that a wonderful?
Okay, I guess, yeah, sure. Why not?
I mean, if Danielle needs help doing, we can, if this routine stuff, we can help her with. I don't know, you know, you did the job for what, 10 years?
Enough. Yeah, that's why I'm suggesting
Well, I mean,
she may be underwater at that point.
well, do you want to postpone it until, I mean,
Do it the first week of December.
Yeah, that would be my recommendation if we can.
There's
First week
nothing
of
on there
December.
that imminent that we need. The ARPA funds, we got till 2024.
well, no, I was just thinking, but there's also the road closures for the 2 roads that we wanted to stop.
Yeah, but that's not till next winter.
Oh, I know, but we could,
No, Ed's talking about closing them this year.
if we,
Oh, I see.
why prolong the
Put
agony?
December 15th down. Would be the start date of being closed
Well, I
this,
mean,
this year, and then the
Well, we
next year.
can go over
could
that
reass-
part, because I had dates down like,
Yeah, but I mean, so even if our thing doesn't, if we have a special town meeting just the first week of December, we can goes into effect every year after that, November 15th.
Okay, all right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? That year would go into effect that
everyone
day.
feels
or-
comfortable with December 1st, whatever the heck it is.
Don't get any closer to Christmas, that'll be
Right,
fine.
right.
Yeah.
All right, so Devin, little note I gave you,
yes,
let's do, looks like December 6th is the first Tuesday in December.
Yep.
I think I just remembered I'm gonna be gone that week,
Well, what
but
about-
that's
well,
okay.
thank God.
You guys,
What did we
you
say
guys
about
can handle
What
it.
did we say about the 29th? That was still too soon?
That's the end of the discount period
Oh,
for taxes. So I know things will be crazy.
Yep. Okay.
Excuse me, that's the due date,
Yeah,
not the end
yeah,
of the
I got you.
discount.
6 will be fine.
And I may be wrong about the week that I'm gone.
I don't think
You
we
mean-
give days off that soon in the
Ah,
selectmen
okay,
period.
okay.
Yeah, you gotta have seniority. I mean, you gotta build up at least a year being here all the time, then you get one day.
Yeah.
All right, folks, well, that's almost it. I do wanna somehow, if we can, work on our cemetery upkeep and get some fences fixed. I don't know if we can do it before the snow flies, but I'd like to try and work on that next couple of weeks anyways. But that's about it. Thank you for your patience and listening, and hopefully, well, now I tell you. Tomorrow, well, he hasn't called, but tomorrow the video people are supposed to be here. So we were thinking, we haven't got our speed updated yet as far as we know,
No,
so.
not yet, no.
The first of, when is the meeting? The winter schedule at 4 o'clock is
First week in November, I thought.
the
was-
first week in
something like-
November, so
That's when the time
the
changes.
first week in November, folks, you may be able to see us live and in person.
Yeah.
But I don't know, David has to order some suits and shirts and ties for us, and, you know, it's gonna be tough. And Jesse's giving me a fishy look. No, just joking, we come as we are. Well, thank you for your patience, understanding. Oh, well, no, we have two guests here, Harvey and Jeff. Harvey, you want to add anything to the,
Well, I think most of my questions were answered
oh, good,
during the meeting.
that's a good thing.
Well, I am interested in the age-friendly community, but I think I'll come in at 4 o'clock and discuss that with Jen.
Okay,
There's some, work that needs to be done in the gymnasium, especially the 2 bathrooms. And,
well, that's in the
yeah.
the project list, so to
Those
speak.
would be necessary to do.
Yep. Mr. Wright,
Yeah, just 2 things. The drop box, could that be put in in between the 2 doors and keep the front doors unlocked?
We don't have a locking mechanism on the second set of doors.
Maybe we should get a locking
Why,
device.
why not outside?
I don't know, just in case somebody tries to.
well, you gotta have a reason.
And drop it down in Texas or something.
Well, they can steal it just as easily from inside.
Isn't the door connected to the alarm? Is that door connected to the alarm?
No,
Yeah,
it's
but that- I mean, that
inside.
would
Yeah, I
all-
didn't know that, okay, if there was double locks, I would have said, just put it right in there and then it's,
Yeah, that would certainly be a possibility, but,
nobody has to shovel off snow to get to it.
right, yeah.
And speaking of snow, is anybody gonna be shoveling the generator out, when it does snow?
Good question. Does it need to be shoveled out?
I don't think it, mine
Maybe
doesn't.
not.
I don't know. I don't. That's a
I
good
don't think they
question.
need to be shoveled.
Okay.
That's
I
how
mean,
But if they
there's a
do-
light there that's supposed to shine out all the time.
That's how we keep the noise down.
This is true.
Cover it with
Well,
snow.
and is the torpedo gonna be sitting right in the playground there, the propane tank?
It's right where it
It's
sits
where
right
it
now.
is,
Looks like a submarine.
yeah.
Then the kids can. There we go.
Play on it.
Yeah, we can paint it yellow.
Make it-
Oh, yep, yellow submarine, well,
Okay. Don't say that too loud, there might be somebody can paint.
no. All right, folks, well, thank you very much. Thank our guests for attending, and we'll see you next week, hopefully with more news.
Very good. You're hitting that